Viktor Frankl, the author who survived the Auschwitz concentration camp, wrote a book, Man's Search for Meaning. Now, reading this book, it opened my eyes up to the ways that we have to endure suffering in order to find a purpose. Like David Goggins, for example. David Goggins, the Navy SEAL, who every single person on TikTok and Instagram raves about, who's going to carry the boats, no days off mentality, he found his purpose through suffering. And now this isn't me saying that you have to go out there and run an ultra marathon. This isn't me saying out there that you have to do awful things to yourself to feel a sense of meaning. This is me saying that we have to, as a species, endure these hard times to look back on them and see the characteristics that they've developed for ourselves. So for example, I'm running an ultra marathon in 2 weeks, or a week and 5 days now. I'm going to be documenting it on this YouTube channel actually, so if you're not already, click the subscribe button. And for me to do this ultra marathon, I have to suffer to get better, to run the distance that I'm going to be running in a week's time. It's simple. You have to suffer to grow. That's the only way that you get better. Discomfort is the price you pay to live a life of meaning. If you want to get better, you've got to get uncomfortable. And to get comfortable, you have to get uncomfortable. So the next time that you're thinking about going towards achieving a goal or setting a goal that you want to work towards, understand that it will be difficult. There's going to be so many bumps on the road. It's not going to be easy, or else every single other person would do it. And the reason I started this YouTube channel was just so I could share my experience and share the knowledge that I'm trying to gain as I carry on throughout my life, because I'm not perfect. But the one common denominator that I've found amongst all the challenges that I've done, amongst all the hardships that I've gone through, is that the more that you suffer, the more you learn about yourself and the easier the next challenge becomes. Think about it simply. If you're a footballer who is really good at attacking, who knows how to pass, who knows how to shoot, you're not going to go train and start working on your shooting. You're going to go training and you're going to start working on your defending. You're going to start working on your tackling. You're going to start working on your fitness if that's something that you're not good at, to then make you a better player. You have to do the hard things and you have to do the things that you don't want to do to become a well-rounded, better person. So the reason I made this video, after I've just been waffling for the first half of it, is to bring motivation to the person who's watching this, who's struggling to find a sense of purpose. What have you been through to bring you here right now? What hard things, what hard challenges have you accomplished to become the person that you are right now? That's a story in itself. That's something that you can tell people about. That's something that you can write about. That's something that you can use to take on the next challenge. So the next time that you're looking towards achieving a goal, or you're looking towards setting a goal, understand it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult, and it's not going to be easy. And think about all the things that you've been through to make this challenge seem like a molehill. And think about it. People who survive cancer, people who come around from addiction, who are alcoholics and now they're not. These difficult times that they've been through, the next time a difficult situation comes up in their life, they know how to face it because they faced this difficult thing in the past. It's all relative. Now, the worst thing that I've ever been through will never be able to relate to the worst thing that you've ever been through. Yes, we can have empathy. Yes, we can feel emotions and we can imagine what it feels like. But the worst possible time that I've been through is the worst time that I've ever been through, and that is relative to you as well. So think back to the worst thing that you've ever been through, and how can you use that as fuel to the fire to push you towards achieving the next thing. The only way to prepare for unchosen suffering is through chosen suffering. Take the ultramarathon as an example again before we wrap up this video. I'm running 80 kilometers and I have to complete it in under 24 hours in about a week and 5 days. I've never ran that distance in my life. I've ran a marathon up mountains, and I've done a couple of triathlons in the past. Now, they're the only three things that I can think about that are going to get me through this ultra marathon. But do you know what else I can think about? I can think about overcoming anxiety. I can think about the time that I almost killed myself. I can think about the time that I broke up with my ex-girlfriend. I can think about all these different things. Now, I've just made those up. I don't even know if any of those relate to me, but they may relate to you. Now, these are things that you can tap into to push you when the times get difficult, to push you when things get tough. So the next time that you take on a challenge, the next time that you're trying to achieve something, use suffering as a tool, not as something to complain about, not as something to moan about or to wallow in your own self-pity. The reason that these things happen to you in life is to give you your purpose. You are the purpose. So everything that you've got, put it into tools, into your tool bag, and use it the next time a challenge comes up against you. And if you've made it this far in the video, thank you for watching, and always want more.